Standing at the limit of an endless ocean, stranded like a runaway lost at sea. A city on a rainy day down in the harbor, watching as the gray clouds shadow the bay. Looking everywhere 'cause I had to find you. This is not the way that I remember it here. Anyone will tell you it's a prison island, hidden in the summer for a million years. Great southern land. Burn you black. So you look into the land, it will tell you a story about a journey ended long ago. Listen to the motion of the wind in the mountains. Maybe you can do something like I do. They're gonna betray you. They're gonna get you. Are you gonna let them take you over that way? Great southern land. Great southern land. You walk alone like a primitive man in the naked world with sticks and bones. See the hungry eyes. It's a hungry home. I hear the sound of the strangers' voices. I see the hungry eyes. They're hungry eyes. Great southern land. Great southern land. They burn you black, black against the ground. Standing at the limit of an endless ocean, stranded like a runaway lost at sea. City on a rainy day down in the harbor, watching as the gray clouds shadow the bay. Looking everywhere, I had to find you. This is not the way that I remember it here. Anyone will be prison island, hidden in the summer for a million years. Great southern land, in the sleeping sun. You walk alone with the ghost of time. Will they burn you black, black against the ground? And they make it work with rocks and sand. I hear the sound of the strangers' voices. I see the hungry eyes. They're hungry eyes. Great southern land. Great southern land. You walk alone like a primitive man. You walk alone with the ghost of time. And they burn you black. Yeah, they burn you black. Great southern land. Great southern land. Great southern land.
Okay, I'm about to get started. I'm going to go ahead and make sure everybody's muted really quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, thanks for coming out tonight, everybody. This is John Johnson, and I'm very excited about tonight's call because I'm going to be covering a lot, and I'm hoping everybody has a pen and paper, or pencil, or anything, crayon, marker, I don't care, just something to write with, because I want to really train everybody not just how to close a prospect, but how to find prospects. Also, I want to share with you what we're doing as a team and a lot of other things as well, corporate marketing. There's a lot going on right now. I know the event that was going to be Wednesday was bumped one more week, but there's very good reason for that because there's certain things rolling out.
I can't hear you. Nicole and Robert.
Okay, can everybody give me 1 second? I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Yes, okay, yep, they said yes. A couple people said they couldn't hear, just tell them to use their speakers or computer sound. Sorry about that. I had a couple people say they couldn't hear. They must, it's got to be on their end. So anyway, as I was saying before that, I just want to make sure with everything that's going on, there are a lot of ways we can build our team very quickly. And the things rolling out Wednesday, I know there's going to be some announcements Wednesday, so some of the stuff will be announced in 2 days, and then the other stuff will roll over that following week. But we need to really prepare ourselves and get ready for a big push because it is definitely coming. And I just want to make sure that we can all build big organizations. I know personally I have a lot going on, and I'm really 100% committed to this team. I can tell you that. I spent a couple days, actually it was over my anniversary weekend, believe it or not, in Idaho Falls, and had an amazing time with the people there. I just fell in love with a lot of them. And I can promise you this, yes, the money's great. Yes, the opportunity is wonderful. But honestly, this business and everything we're doing is really about the people. And this is such a people business. And it's very humbling to be a part of it. And I'm telling you, I just want to kind of give you an idea of the commitment that your upline's got to you. And the only reason I'm saying this is not to toot my horn or anything, but I want people to really learn how to treat this like a business, like I treat it like a business. And if you do that, you can see your teams explode and really grow like I'm seeing this team explode and grow. One thing I did when I drove out to Idaho, when I flew out to Atlanta, I'm going to California this week. I'll be in California again, I believe, in another 2 weeks. And I think I'll be in Las Vegas the 1st of December and other places as well. I made a promise to the team, to my team, months and months ago, that I was going to reinvest some of my earnings back in and really treat this like a business. I have paid for every trip I've taken. I have not asked for a penny of reimbursement, nor will I. And the rooms, the flights, the gas, the travel, all of it, the meals, all of it. Why? Because I told people from day one, if I earn an income, it's the team's money for the first several months to a year or whatever. And I want to put it back in. I want to build an organization, and I want to show everybody that I'm 100% committed to you and to our network. And when you build your business and when you talk to your prospects or your friends or your family or whoever they may be, your future business partners, they've got to see that certain level of commitment from you as well. They need to see that you're treating this like a business, that you're 100% all the way in, like your upline is, like corporate is, and everybody else. If they see that, they can sense it. And I'm telling you, success follows when you do it that way, because they can see how sincere you are about helping them and doing everything you can do to help them become successful. So do not settle for just one lead source. We kind of talked about this a little bit in the last training 2 weeks ago, so I'm just going to kind of read through these tonight because I really want to get into some specifics and some strategies I want to share with all of you. Use prospecting campaigns. I'm going to go into some of the campaigns I'm going to be running with Fusion 360 for our team. And yes, if you're not on my team, it's okay. The videos we're creating and everything like that, you will be able to use those videos as well. Even if you're not on this team, I have no problem with that whatsoever. Share valuable content, talking about writing blogs, articles, papers, a great place to market, Craigslist, your local, everything. In fact, when the business to business comes out, we'll talk about that as well a little bit too. But there's so many different ways to market. The key to marketing, the key to creating your own leads and generating leads is consistency. You've got to be consistent with it. Become a speaker, presenter. Go ahead and have people come over to your homes, feed them dinner, do whatever you need to do. Just really get out in front. But I can tell you right now, the number one thing is actually using the savings. Go save yourself some money, have testimonials, show people where you saved, show them how you saved, learn your back office inside and out, and teach people how to use their back office inside and out. I know I can announce it a little bit because 2 videos came out from corporate today, and Dave shared them with us, the R perks and the R travel. I don't know how much he shared as far as what's involved in those, and so I'll allow them to make those announcements Wednesday or whenever next week. But there's a lot of stuff rolling out to help people save here in the U.S. and help people save internationally. Those types of things are being announced over the next couple of days or the next week, and it's just time that we really learn what we're doing inside and out. So let's talk about some of this stuff. I know I pay very close attention to what's going on with Facebook and social media regarding rNetwork. I love seeing people post pictures of the events they're doing. I would highly encourage, anytime you have an event, take a lot of pictures, put it up on rWorld. Put it up. People need to see what's going on with rNetwork. They need to see the success happening in rNetwork. They need the testimonials. Share your testimonials on rWorld. Share everything you can. Your savings, I don't care if you save $5 or $500. Share it on rWorld. Do all of this stuff. All of this stuff is here to help you. Let's dive a little bit deeper and talk about what we have and everything like that. When I was in Idaho, it's nice because I'm fortunate I'm able to see people's eyes and faces and everything when I talk about certain things. The one thing we need to make sure we do quickly, you have about 30 to 45 seconds to really get somebody's attention, either positively or negatively. But they're going to have an impression one way or another, your first 30 seconds. It is vital, it is important to know the difference between rNetwork and a standard typical MLM. Where does the money come from? Why are we able to pay people that aren't the 1 to 3%? How are we able to save more than we pay? What does a bank mean? What does the card mean? What does it mean to have the ability to add on local merchants? How much money are you saving? One thing I mentioned in Idaho, and it's very true, and I think it's very important everybody understand this. They don't care how much money I've saved because they don't know me. They care about how much money you've saved because they know you. When you go and you talk to a prospect and they ask you, well, how much have you saved? Well, I haven't really tried it yet. That's not really much of a screaming endorsement, is it? And so they care about what you've done. They don't care about what I've done. They just don't care because I'm not you. They don't know me personally unless they've already met me or whatever, and then maybe at that time they will. But you've got to, it is essential you use the product, you use the savings, you do whatever you can. And the cool thing is, now that we have more and more things rolling out, there's more opportunities for you to save on travel, on entertainment, on more dining. A lot more things will be rolled out for everybody to save money with. And so everybody on this call is going to have several opportunities to save. Take advantage of those opportunities and do it because you need your own personal testimonial, because your testimonial means more than 500 to 1,000 more testimonials that they can read online. They've got to see your endorsement and then let them follow up and go online and read those other testimonials. But you've got to have your own. And another thing you want to do is you want to set a plan. And I'm going to roll out and I'm going to talk to you tonight about what I'm doing with Fusion 360 and who they are and how powerful they can be for this team. But we've got to utilize that. And when you create your own lead sources and do whatever you need to do, you've got to have a plan. I can tell you right now, everybody wants 3 people. I can also tell you, you want 10 people and you want all your 10 people to have 3 people. I'm not going to tell you why I will allow corporate to let you know why, but there's going to be a lot of incentives. And I want to help you guys formulate a strategy and a plan on how you're going to do that and how you're going to work together as a team to accomplish that. That's what's really important. Okay, so we'll go back to this list here. Hosting the private events, keeping your home open, and or going to, and if you're not comfortable doing it, attend events in your local area or do something for a while first, learn as much as you can, and then go ahead and start doing that. The best way to market anything is good old belly to belly. I don't care what anybody says. It is effective. Our team has over 6,300 members. I haven't used a single website as far as outside of the group I have in Facebook. That's all I've done. I've done zero marketing with funnels and everything yet. Well, a little bit with the Rev system. I have used Rev system a little bit, but outside of that, not much. Most 99%, I'd say 95% of my signups have been belly to belly. Picked up a phone, talked to people about it. What did you see from me? You saw my testimonial with R Auto. You've seen my testimonial with R Mobile. You've seen my testimonial with R Mortgage. You've seen that I've went to hotels and saved money. You saw that I saved money on food, on oil, on the oil changes or whatever. I used the product. The very first day I signed up, the first thing I did is I logged in and I checked out the products and I started saying, oh, I could save money here, here, here. And I used it. And then I knew I can look somebody right in the eyes and say, you know what? I've used it. I know this works. I have absolutely no doubt that it works. So when they ask me, what'd you save money on? I'm like, well, I saved money here, 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 and here, and here. And we all know the points are going away, so I can announce that. We all know the points are going away. It's going to be unlimited savings for all of us. You're going to find a way to save money. We know RMed's coming out shortly, so I can announce that. Again, I'm not going to say anything you don't already know. You'll have the ability to save money somewhere. The best salespeople in the world, the guys that close, I can tell you right now, I've spoken with, I tracked it. I've had 2 people so far not sign up. Nobody's given me a firm no. I have 84 personals, and I'll say 84, but I've given some to other people. So 84 people that I've personally signed up out of 86 people I've spoken with. I track everything. And the 2 people that haven't signed up yet, I asked them, hey, what's stopping you? Why haven't you signed up yet? And one of them's just waiting for the bank, and that's fine. One of them's waiting until the international payments come in, and they're both signing up. That'll be 86 for 86. That's a pretty good closing rate. 100% is pretty good. Even if they don't sign up, it's high 90%. Why? Because I identify something they're looking for. If you can identify something they're looking for and fill that need, and your closing rate will go through the ceiling. How do you do that? How do you do that? You talk to them. If they ask you 1 question, ask them 4, ask them 5, ask them a lot of questions. What would you like to see? What would you like to save money on? What are you looking for? Tell me the pros and cons. Ask them, what are the pros and cons of our network? Everything I've shared with you, what do you like? What don't you like? Ask them those, because you never know what somebody's thinking until you ask questions. You've got to get it out of them. You've got to get them to share that information with you. And if you're able to get them to share that information with you, then you can resolve a concern. But how do you resolve a concern when you don't know what that concern is? But don't just ask them, oh, what's wrong? What are you thinking? Just ask them as they go through this, what spill out your day for me. Give me your average week. Give me your average month. What are you typically spending money on? When you wake up in the morning and you go to bed, before you go to bed at night, what are you spending your money on? Do you have any trips coming up? Are you in the market for a car anytime soon? What phone are you using? How much are you paying? Those types, what we have. If you're studying our network and you understand everything that we have in our network, you're going to know which questions to ask. On the entertainment, do you golf very often? Do you travel at all? Where do you typically eat out at? Where are you doing this? What do you do here, and here? Ask those questions. Would you like to save money on this, and this? Because honestly, what are we really doing? We need to help people make up a surplus of a whopping $38 a month. How do we do that? We ask questions. We identify that something they're spending over 30 $38 a month on, and that's what we target. We trigger that. And you focus on that. You say, all right, well, you're spending, sounds like you're spending a couple $100 a month on your phone. What if I were to save you $100? If I save you $100, great. And then do it. Help them save the money. Then you turn around and say, hey, look, I just helped you save $100. You spent 38. Is that a good deal? Yeah. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. Do you realize I made money by you doing that? Like, what? You don't even have to sell them at first. Just help them first. Help them first, sell them second. Then you help them and say, all right, do you realize I just helped you? I just made money by helping you save money. Did you really? Well, that's pretty cool. You know, you can do that with fans. You can do that with charter members or whatever. You help them save. Go on. You know a great way to do it? Go onto the website with them. Go through your back office with them. Have them watch you do it either on a Zoom or in person or whatever, and go through the savings and identify something they like. Now, sometimes they'll say, nope, 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 nope. And if they're really super skeptical, to say, you know what? Fine, let's sign you up for free, and let's go ahead and help you find something. You don't have to worry about it. Sign up for free. Find something to save on. A lot of different ways to do it. But you got to put yourself out there. You've got to, don't just settle for one lead source. There's so many different lead sources. There's blogs, there's social media. On social media, the biggest mistake I see all the time is either people, some of the questions I read, it's not sharing savings as much. It's more like, hey, would you like to save money on this? Would you like to save money? No, it's I saved money on this, I saved money on that, not would you like. When you start out by saying, hey, would you like to save money? They think, oh, it's a catch. There's got to be a catch. You don't ask people if they like to save money. You share your savings with people on social media. Oh my gosh, the other day, Thursday night, I went out to a great restaurant and I cannot believe it. I saved $21. That was pretty cool. That was neat. And then it's a conversation. You start a conversation. All you want to do on social media or anything else, you want to start a conversation. The other day, I heard about something, I went and checked it out, and I saved X amount of dollars on a car. It was really cool. Oh my goodness, I just saved a whopping $200 a month on my cell phone. That was pretty neat. I am so freaking excited about that. I would love to tell the world or whatever, but you don't tell people, ask me how. Don't say, ask me how. When you start doing that kind of stuff, they're thinking, oh, there's a catch. What do you mean, ask me how? He's trying to sell me something. Just share it. Just go out there and share it. It's a conversation, and have as many of those conversations as you possibly can, and just sit there and do this and that. But don't say, ask me how. Don't put the red flags in your ads. Keep the red flags out. That's how the professionals do it, and that's how you go. And because people will ask you, if you keep sharing all these testimonials, eventually people are going to say, what is John doing? He just posted 5 times last week. He saved money on this, and this. He's not asking me to contact him. He's not asking me for any information. He's not asking me for anything. So there can't be a catch. But what is this guy doing? That's the kind of stuff you want to do when you generate. That's a good way to generate leads. And go out and talk about it. Well, another thing I mentioned in Idaho, and I asked this question on many sales calls, I said, listen, when they see my face online, when they hear my voice online, what do they think about? They think about rNetwork most of the time, because that's really all you see me doing online for the most part is rNetwork. Every once in a while you'll see a picture of hiking or whatever, but not very often. I'm really laser focused on rNetwork. So people, oh, you're the rNetwork. I've had people actually approach me in stores and stuff. Aren't you that rNetwork guy? I've heard that. I've actually heard that. And it's pretty amazing. I'm like, good. It means I'm getting people's attention. It means I'm out there. And when I go and I contact somebody to do business with me, they will go online and they'll see how active I am online. And they'll be like, my goodness, John really believes in this. And man, he's working this hard. Yeah, maybe he will help me build a team. Maybe he will help me. What do they see when they look you up online? If you talk to them about rNetwork, have you created your own page? How active are you on social media regarding our network? How many lives have you done? Are you taking those videos and putting them into your own page? Sure, you can still use our team page. I'm on people's pages all the time. I'm on Our World. I'm on our Rise Up at Read, but I still do my own page. Everybody on this call, you should create your own page. You should create your own. You've got to start somewhere. That's what I did. I just created my own page. And it doesn't only have to be Facebook. It could be anything. And then you invite your upline to be on there. You invite your downline to be on there. You invite people to be on there to make it interactive. People can see people in there. You can see different things. Post videos. Post something at least once or twice a day on your page. Post a live. Post an update. Put one of these calls on there. Whatever. Just keep it going. Eventually, people will go on there. And then another thing, when you're posting your ads and you're sharing your testimonials or people want more information, send them to your page. Send and say, hey, like my page. This is how I save money. Go ahead and feel free, come like my page. I will invite you in there and you start building. Do you realize when I started our Facebook page, I think we just broke 6,000 members on our Facebook page. I started with 5 people. 5, not 50, not 500, 5 people. That's what I started my page with. Then I invited people in. I started sharing. I shared more stuff on Facebook in the earlier stages to get some momentum, and I sent people over to my page. You want more information? Come over here. And then I did lives, and I did videos, and I posted them, and I literally marketed myself as our network. And at the very beginning, 90% of you or more thought I actually worked for corporate. I don't work for corporate. I never have. But a lot of people assumed I did because I was so active. So they would come to me as a source of information and as an expert of our network and an expert at savings or whatever, and an MLM expert. And I was just a guy who made a page. And I was very active on that. That's what they've got to see. You need to make them want to do business with you, not with me or anyone else, with you. That's how you do it. You've got to separate yourself from the pack, because the pack, they're going to keep banging their heads against the wall, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, and it doesn't work that way. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to be a little uncomfortable, and that's okay, because it's perceived perception. When they look, they need to see how serious you are, because if I go up to prospect and say, I would like to build a business with you, they want to see that I'm serious. They want to, and you should let them know how serious you are, but you've got to prove to them how serious you are. So use the product, save money, post it, be out there, be plugged in, get in there every day and check your downline, see who's active, see who's inactive. If you have inactive members, call them. Hey, what's going on? Notice you're inactive. Is everything okay? How's your family doing? How's your personal life? Whatever you want to, whatever they're comfortable, the conversation you're comfortable in having, but ask them how they're doing. What if something happened and that's why they're inactive? Who knows? But don't just say, oh, please activate real quick. Ask them questions. These are your friends. These are your business partners. Treat them as such. That's the kind of stuff you've got to do. You've got to be fully engaged with everything that they do. So going back to this page here, standard MLM, and I'm not going to get too much into this tonight because I've drilled into it so many times. But where's the money coming from on this versus a standard MLM? If somebody buys a car in a downline, there's money. They save money on a phone, there's money. Save money on a mortgage, there's money. There's a lot of different ways. The $38 a month, $25 gets paid up, $13 goes to corporate. There's no gotchas in a comp plan. This is not the 1 to 3% MLM that we've all seen before. We're not buying juice for $100, and if 1,000 bottles get sold, there's $100,000 to corporate. One guy makes 20 grand a month, 80,000 has to be evenly dispersed between the other 999 people. They all lose money if that happens. That's not what this is. You've got to know the differences between this and a typical MLM. What makes this amazing? I can tell you our bank makes this amazing. When I talk to some people, depending on who I talk to, sure, I'll talk about the bank sometimes. It hasn't rolled out yet, but I know it's shortly going to happen. I'll say, look, what does your bank offer you? When you sign up for a bank, what do you get? A $50 bonus in your checking account, your savings account? What do you get? you know, our bank will pay you on swipes and this is how it works. That's a good fine conversation to have. But if it depends, again, it depends who you're talking to. What if you're saving, you want to save somebody money? I can tell you right now, a good place to go right now, everybody on this call should be doing this. I told you to do this way before, but it was a little premature. But now that we have more and more stuff rolling out, there's more and more things to save on. Start getting onto the couponing groups, get onto the, you know, auto groups, get onto any vertical that we have, join those groups online. And now start talking to those people, but don't sell them anything. Don't sell them a darn thing yet. You go in there and you ask questions about their group. Get on these social media groups. There are couponing groups all over the country, all over the world, really, thousands and thousands of them. People love to save money. And you go on there and you start asking questions and you start building relationships with people in there. Then you start saving money. Then you start sharing your savings in there and watch how many people respond. And you do never, ever, ever try to sell them anything. Go on there and start sharing your testimonials of your savings in all of these groups and see how quickly you get responses. After you've built a rapport within the group by asking them questions and being sincere, hey, what are you guys saving money on? I'm new to this group. I can use a little help. You know, how do I navigate this? You know, I'm excited about it. I'd love to save money. And then as you build a little rapport, then you go in there and say, oh, you know what? Thank you so much. I'm with another place as well, and I'm saving their money there as well. I mean, I love this group. I love that group. Oh my goodness, this is great. And then you get them kind of poking and prodding at you and say, hey, you know, what else are you saving money on, John? Not just this group? Yeah, oh yeah, I'm saving money at another place as well. You don't give them the name of our network because then they'll Google it. They see one bad thing and they get scared. You don't do that. There's a lot of different ways to do it. A lot of different ways to do it. I'll tell you another thing. This is a great way to do it. Whenever you're running a funnel system or marketing anything, I can tell you this, and I don't want it to sound harsh, so please don't take it that way. If you're going to share leads with your team, only share leads with those that you know will actually follow up on those leads. Because the last thing you want to do is waste a good lead. A lead is only as good as a person that closes the lead. I'll say that one more time. A lead is only as good as a closer. That's it. And it's very, very true. Be selective who you give your leads to. Now, if they've got somebody, if you've got your 10 and you get a lead, but you're an amazing closer, close that lead, give it to somebody else. That's fine. Because you're going to want 10 who have 3. You're going to want 10 who have 10. I'm not going to tell you why, but you're going to want to have that at some point. And you want everybody to have their 3. But it's okay to give leads away. And I know a lot of you do that, but be selective who you're giving your leads to, because that does make a big difference. Let me go up here. I'm going to go over some of the stuff we're doing, and I really want to roll out my plan. I want you to see just how serious I am about building this team and helping all of you. I think is very, very important, and hopefully this will get you guys excited. I know it's got me extremely excited what is about to roll out for this team and what we're doing to create some leads and how we're going to distribute and share those leads and everything we're going to be doing here. Give me 1 second so I can get to my screen over here, and I will show that to you. Give me 1 moment. I had it all pulled up and it disappeared on me. 1 second. Okay, so I told you one thing I did earlier, and I was really excited about that. You know, going out of town, seeing everybody. I'm going to be in Irvine, California this weekend, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you know anybody you want to have go out there, feel free to send them. I'll be, or you can come as well, and it'd be amazing. I would love to see anybody out there. And then again, I'll be in California again. And another thing I promise you guys was Fusion 360. This is rolling out sometime between the 15th and 20th of November. Finally, I have the approvals. I have everything I need from corporate to do this. I was waiting for some of these other things to roll out. They are now rolling out. I can tell you right now, they're going to give us several videos a month. We're going to take those videos, we're going to give them to you. You can use them to generate leads. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you guys to write down. With these videos, what the videos corporate is going to be putting out, along with these videos, and we're going to give you a ton of, you are going to have so many marketing materials between myself and corporate, it's not even funny. What I want you to do is formulate a plan. When these leads come in through this, this is what you do. We all have a 3x10 matrix to fill out, correct? So you go in there and you start giving the leads. What I would do is, if your front line is consisted of your best 3 people, which it should be, but at least they're the 3 people closest to you, your leads should go to those 3 people at first and help them fill that team out. And then what you do is, when those leads are sent, you monitor them. You say, hey, I just sent you this lead. If I send it, I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. Make sure I get you this lead now. Call them in the next couple of minutes. Not days, not hours. Call them as soon as you can and put a plan together. Get those leads. Track who's closing what leads. Track, if I sent so-and-so 10 leads and they only closed 2, and I sent so-and-so 10 leads and then closed 6, I would send more to the person who closed 6 leads, because obviously they're better at closing. And then I go back to the person who closed 2 leads and say, hey, what can I help you to close more leads? What are you doing? What's your follow-up look like? What is it that you're doing to close this individual lead? Are you setting appointments with your leads? For example, if I send somebody a lead, Bob Smith or whatever, I can ask and say, hey, Bob, here's the information you requested and everything. Let's schedule a Zoom call and let's go through the information. Let's read it through it together. Because Bob, you can talk to Bob and say, hey, look, you can answer his questions right then and there. If you send somebody information and say, okay, I'll get back to you. Well, when are you going to get back to him? Are you going to get back to him tomorrow at 2 o'clock? Or what time are you going to do it? Set an appointment. When you go to a dentist's office, you go to a doctor's office, they always want to set a follow-up appointment. Here's a time, here's a date. You can do the same thing. You should do the same thing. Schedule a follow-up appointment with that individual and say, hey, I'm going to call you this time. When you call them and they stand you up, because most likely they will, they usually do the first time or 2 or 3, you set another appointment and say, you know what, that's okay. I get it. Life takes over. No problem at all. Let's go ahead and reconvene the same time tomorrow. Okay, great. After they see that you are actually following up with a couple times, then they might actually say, oh, crap, I better go ahead and take John's call this time, because I promise, they feel bad after a while. They're like, oh, my gosh, he's really serious. But then they also see how serious you are. And so then send them a link to your page and everything. Here, here's the information. Here's a video, but here's also a link to my page. We're building a great team here. You should check it out. Endorse yourself. Give them a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling and say, man, this guy's really credible. He's really good. He's on top of it. This is somebody I like to do business with. All that kind of stuff. You don't want to skip a beat. You don't want to miss a beat when you do this kind of stuff. It's very important, but people want to do business with professionals. That's just how it is. And you can't blame them. It's exactly what they want to do. So we generate leads. So let me tell you my plan. With Fusion, we're paying them X amount of money. If they perform very well in 90 days, I'm going to raise it. Every single 90 days, I will raise my spend with Fusion. And our team, and who's doing Fusion? Myself and my front line. We're all invested in this project. We come in, we get a lead, and I'm going to evenly disperse my leads through my front line. And then as they go on, they're going to take their closers and go say, hey, if you already have 10, go ahead and start closing these deals and these prospects for the other members. Now, what's going to happen? We're going to start talking about rbank like crazy. We're going to talk about revvcard. We're going to talk about rNetwork. We're going to run SEO in all 50 states on all this stuff so that we get lots and lots of leads on Google's. We're going to run blogs. We're going to run social media. We're going to run several videos. All of our videos will be placed on YouTube. All of our videos will be handed to you. Can you imagine how cool it's going to be when you say, hey, send me information. And you send your prospect a video from award-winning, #1 in the country for making videos. Here's my video. You know how good these videos are going to look? I can promise you they're going to look really good. They better. We're paying them enough money. They better look good. But they will. I already know that these guys are phenomenal. Then you've got to follow up, but use your strengths. What do I mean by that? If you're not a great closer, team up with somebody on your team who is. Call your upline and say, hey, can you help me? If I get a prospect and I get a lead, will you help me close the first 3 or 4 leads? Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's set up some Zoom calls. I'll get on the phone with you. If you want to use me, give me a couple days notice. Don't just say, hey, can you be on a call in an hour? Because most likely I can't. Give me a couple of days. Give your upline a couple of days. You know, be aware of their time as well. But use your strengths. Get these things sent out. Use people on your team, and then, you know, I'll tell you something. I mean, it may sound funny, it may sound silly, but what if you're a great cook? What if you stink at closing? You're horrible at closing, but you're a great cook. What do? Schedule something with someone in your city or whatever, someone in your upline, someone in your team somewhere that's lives somewhere in the city, and just say, you know what? I'm going to cook the greatest brownies in the world. I'm inviting so-and-so over to your home. Is that okay? You can help me close them and I'll cook brownies. Then they're going to tell you, oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the brownies, or whatever it may be. You did your part. You got the prospect to a closer's house and you cooked a great snack or meal or treat or whatever. Use your strengths. Use your strengths. And then once you develop and you become better, then you can say, all right, go ahead, and now you can start closing a little bit better. But the closers are the ones that ask the questions, and they find those needs, and they find what people want and what people are looking for. They don't know, you know, they're not looking to join the next MLM all the time, but they might be looking for savings on travel. They might be looking for savings on a cruise or on a car or on a phone or at the golf course or wherever, all these other things we're rolling out. If they want that, fill that need, then go back, but use your upline. Stay engaged. How many people listening know how many people are in your downline? How many are active? How many are inactive? How often a week do you sign into your back office? How often a week do you go to our team Facebook page? How many of you guys even have a team page? I don't care if there's 2 people on the page. Create a page and start building it up, and we'll help you build it up. We'll endorse it. We can throw people in and say, hey, invite people on. You know, think about this. Invite members of your team to like your page. And all of a sudden you have 100 people. You invite people into that page. All of a sudden you have 100 people on your page. You may only have 5 members, but you have 100 people in your page. Because then that makes your page look better. It gives you credibility. That's the kind of stuff you do. You've got to do that, but you got to treat this like a business. Reinvest some back in and you know, go find great lead sources. Go travel a little bit. Open up your homes. I have spent well over 25% of my commissions back into this business. I've done that. I promised 25%. I've exceeded that. Why? Because I want to build a massive organization. Reinvest back in your business, in yourself. That's the kind of stuff you do. I'm going to show a quick video and then answer a couple questions. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what I'm doing with Fusion and why and exactly how I'm setting this up to benefit the team. But I want you guys to get benefit from this, and I want you guys to do similar things. No, you don't have to go hire a big agency. You know, you don't have to spend that kind of money. But there's a lot of things you could be doing to create something like this where you can build up to the next step, then the next step, then the next step. You got to start somewhere. I started with 5 people in a Facebook page. That's where I started. Our team now is 6,300 people, and then now I can afford, with that commission, to hire the #1 agency in Utah and one of the top in the country. But I started with 5 people in a Facebook page. There's nothing I ever share on these calls that I am not willing to do, nor do I do myself. I always do this stuff. I've done home meetings. I've gone to people's homes. I've traveled all over the country already. I've opened this page. I've done this. I've done that. There's nothing I ask anybody to do that I don't do myself. So really quickly, let me go ahead and share this video. It's only a couple minutes long, and we'll wrap things up.
Okay, welcome to Fusion in 4. Let's begin with a little history. Since its inception, advertising was designed to do one thing: interrupt. You'd set out to do something and then blah, 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 you'd be interrupted with an ad. Lame. Fast forward to today, the age of the consumer. It's no longer about what you want to sell. It's now about what the consumer wants to know. People are revolting against traditional media and abandoning stagnant companies. Sucks to be them. Welcome to the revolution, baby. Welcome to Fusion 360. Fusion 360 is an award-winning digital shop. Seriously, we've won like a shit ton of awards. it. In fact, Fusion 360 was just named to the ranked top 100 global advertising agencies and the #1 agency in Utah.
Kind of a big deal.
Since 2003, Fusion 360 has been cooking up more hot digital sustenance than Satan's sous chef. Click it, baby. But enough about us. It's all about the clients. You want details? Fine. How about this guy, whose practice since hiring us is up over 1,000% with a 400% return on investment? How do we do it? With innovative, award-winning campaigns like this. Clicking. Next, let's talk luxury. Let's talk hotels and resorts. Let's go global with Utah's only 5-star resort. Stein Eriksen Lodge and sister resort, the Chateau, needed help with their brand messaging, building new e-commerce websites, and their online marketing. Bam! We bum rushed the internet with this site and this site. One message, one brand, everywhere. Significantly increasing year-over-year bookings and even winning a Webby along the way. No big deal. It's what we do. Next, let's go with personal injury attorneys for $1,000, Alex. We burst onto the PI scene when these dudes called. They needed help establishing a brand and competing with the big firms with 100 times the ad budget. Stress not, son. We got this. A personal injury campaign without law books in the background and sans all that touchy-feely crap? We crazy? Yeah, crazy awesome. We shocked the market with this award-winning ad campaign, taking Adams Davis from obscurity to a front-page powerhouse. Restitution, baby. Our PI attorney experience doesn't stop there. Enter Utah's most experienced law firm, Robert J. DeBry & Associates. Our digital marketing strategies, along with a steezy new website, led to killer conversion, with our efforts directly accounting for over 45% of their business. We're all about that action, boss. You know what else we're all about? Automotive. Be it taking small dealer automatic car credit from its single location in a trailer to a regional player with 7 locations, helping Henry Dave Ford become Utah's fastest growing Ford dealer, or marketing luxury brand dealers like Mike Hale Acura, or even large auto mall dealers like Gus Paulus and Ken Garf. We got automotive on lock. You want more crazy, sexy numbers? How about a new website and campaign for Miramar, California's rehab leader, that led to off-the-charts increases in web traffic? How about some SEO domination in the most competitive space possible, going from ranked outside the top 500 to #1, baby? Or how about taking Swinton Counseling from a single location to 7 locations, or launching renewable energy brand Elements Capital Group, or creating award-winning work for national brands like Red Bull, Wrangler, and Carhartt, or this national campaign for Peterbilt? Crazy, sexy work, crazy, sexy results. We're also socially conscious, which is why we're the agency for top nonprofits like the Odyssey House and Kickin' ALS, helping them market their difference-making ideas while making this a better planet. Ice Bucket Challenge, anyone? Just for shits and giggles, let's go old school and lay down a few sick tracks off the Fusion 360 Greatest Hits LP. Can you say Big Pharma? Can you say natural male enhancement? We can, and we made Bob, Insight, and men everywhere smile with our whistle jingle and Smiling Bob campaign, which was the single most effective campaign in the category's history. We're talking some crazy next-level growth. So, how do we do it? How have we become one of the top 100 global agencies? Well, it takes the brightest digital advertising minds, all of whom love digital marketing more than Kanye loves Kanye. Mix in the most innovative digital strategies, the nation's only branded content newsroom, and then back it all up with industry-leading reporting and analytics. And you know what you got? You got the best digital agency. You got Fusion 360. This has been Fusion in 4, and we're done.
As you can see, everybody, I'm not messing around, okay? I'm going top notch. It's time. It is time for our team to just destroy it. It is time for us to just, everybody, get in, work your butts off, see how fast we can build this for yourselves, your family, and everything else. You've got, trainings like this one. You've got calls Monday through Thursday on the prospect calls. You're going to have more marketing materials than you're going to know what to do with Fusion and with corporate combined. Again, imagine when people want more information, you're going to take a video and you're going to send the #1 videography company in the nation. You're going to send them that video and see what they think about it. And then you're going to follow up with that person at a certain time, a certain day. Better yet, watch the video with them. Hey, do you have a couple minutes? I will watch the video with you. Then they're right there. You've got them. The one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they'll send information and there's just no follow-up, or there's very little, or John, I tried to call him 5 times, they didn't call me back. I said, well, did you schedule anything? No. Did you read it or watch it with them? No. I said, there's your problem right there. Watch it with them. Take 4 minutes, watch a 4-minute video or a 2-minute video. Hey, what do you think about this video? What do you like about it? What are your thoughts about it? Did anything right here? And I actually wouldn't ask them if something caught their attention. I'd say, what are your thoughts about this video? Well, it's pretty cool. Okay, great. You know, what really caught your eye? What was it that you really liked? You know, was it this? Was it that? And then start that conversation. You've got to start that. But I'm telling you, the people that will watch the videos along with their prospect, they're going to close. Their chance of closing that prospect just dramatically went up. Dramatically. Or if they read through the information along with their prospect, it went up. That's what happens if they're in your neighborhood. So, you know what? I'll come by with the information. Let's go through it together. Okay, great. What time? I'll bring your brownies. Remember, you're a good cook. I'll bring you brownies. I'll do whatever. Use your strengths. That's how you close. The biggest thing, people need to learn to close. I remember in sales years ago, so many times we'd always teach this simple concept. Assume the sell and ask for the close. If you don't ask for the, not everybody's going to jump up and say, okay, I'm ready to sign up. You've got to learn to ask for the close. And there's many ways to ask for the close. If you see something they really like, that they love the travel or the entertainment or, you know, whatever, there's more things coming out. So I need to be careful. I don't want to say what they are yet. A lot of other savings that has nothing to do with travel or eating. It's even stuff that people even do more often. That's coming out. Ask them about it. Read it with them. Identify something they like and close them on that aspect. And then they can learn the other stuff. You would not believe how many people I've closed before they even saw the compensation plan. I rarely even bring it up in my initial conversations. I never talk about it. Now, sometimes you can, you know, get three, and here's a comp plan. If they're a big-time MLMer, maybe that's the direction you go. But if they're just the average person out there looking for a good deal, show them a good deal. Show them what that good deal looks like. And then roll them over into the MLM side. You've got to know who you're talking to, because then that's what you know what to present. But if you're just talking to the average person, don't start with the comp plan. If you're talking with the big-time MLMer, then yeah, maybe that's fine. You know, talk about the fact it's got no gotchas, all that kind of stuff. Know who you're talking to. I'm going to go ahead and allow people to unmute themselves in case anybody has any questions. Let me do this real quick. I'll pop my head up here and give me 1 second. I'll give you the ability. I'll take Q&A for about 10 minutes or so, and we'll go ahead and wrap this call up right on the hour. 1 minute. Okay, go ahead. If anybody has questions, you should be able to unmute one at a time. Then once you ask a question, go ahead and mute yourself again.
Hey, John, George
Yes.
Hudak.
Yes.
Did I hear you say earlier that this Wednesday is canceled or postponed or what?
There'll be some announcements Wednesday, but there's something else they wanted to roll out that wasn't quite ready, and so they want to wait till the following week when that's ready, because it is a big deal. So this Wednesday they will announce some of the stuff, and they'll make the rest of the announcements and everything else the following week.
All right, so I got a ticket for $2, and then I got an email saying that it didn't go through. Or are they just canceling those tickets or what?
If you got a ticket, it will roll over to the following week's event. So
Okay.
you're good.
Thank you.
Hello, John.
Yes.
Quick question about the Fusion videos. Will because I remember you mentioned earlier we'll be able to use those videos. Will we be able to upload those videos to YouTube?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions? I've got
Hey
about,
John, it's Robert from Ohio.
yes.
So you said the ticket rolls over to the second week, so we don't
Right,
get the ticket for the first
right.
week?
Yeah, you won't be charged twice. So,
Okay.
right.
All right. Thank you. I'll mute out.
Yep, no problem.
Hey, John.
Yes.
John, this is Paul Lynch in Atlanta. I was just asking about how do I get that? That's a wonderful looking video that you just showed us, the Fusion 360. That's a real seller for me. I think it would be good. How do I get that to where I can show it to people?
Just go to Fusion 360 Vimeo, Vimeo.
Okay.
pulls right up. And then I'm going to be posting all the Fusion 360 videos, how to get to the MP4s and everything on my team website. You guys can download them. You can do whatever you want with them. They're all yours.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, John, this is Angela Ruff from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
So, question for you. Since they are pushing back the all of the announcements till like the following week, next Thursday, I guess, are they pushing back the 3andMe requirement too, or is tomorrow still the last day for that? You know how they're saying get your 3andMe before Wednesday?
Oh, yeah, they said that for some announcements, but that was never, you don't have to have them by then. So that was just for some announcements coming out. They're just saying get your 3andMe because you're going to want 3 people for whatever. I can't get into what that reason is, but you have a lot of incentive to do it. It's really cool what they're doing. They'll probably announce it the following week. And I do believe they're going to be making a couple of the announcements this Wednesday. So maybe part of the announcements will be made this Wednesday, and then the rest will be made that following week.
So if I've got some people that just came on board, they would have like maybe another week to get their 3andMe, or is it still tomorrow's it?
Yeah, they'll have longer to do it. I mean, the sooner the better, obviously, but there's not going to be a cutoff. Like they don't have to have them by the next week, or it's just they're going to make announcements regarding the 3andMe at that meeting, and people that have them will be really happy. And if you don't have them, you'll still have time to get them. Okay, super. That's great. And then one more question. The videos that are coming out on Fusion 360, will we be able to post those on Pinterest? Yeah, you'll do whatever you want.
But you're talking about you too, though. But
yep, I'm giving you the videos to do whatever you want with them.
Okay, super.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
Thanks, John. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks. I'm going to go ahead and mute people again because somebody's
right.
Give me one second. Okay, so if you've got a question, go ahead and unmute yourselves. If you're on a phone call, please don't. So,
hey, John,
yes.
it's Robert again from Ohio.
Yes.
So, what is the website for the Fusion site? Fusion 360. What is it?
I think it's just fusion360.com, or you can just go to Fusion 360 Utah and pull up their site. They're also in Ohio as well, actually. They've got a location in Ohio and Ohio and Utah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
And I can tell you, I have a feeling they're going to be bringing us a lot of leads. I'm very excited about what we're doing over there. So I had a lot of meetings, and I'm very excited. There's about 10 to 15 days before they roll out. Finally, you know, I've been working this project a long time. So I'm really excited to go live with it.
Hello, John.
Yes.
John, this is Raul Fernandez. I just want to find out when are we going to see the fans or the customers in our back office?
It was going to be on the 6th, so hopefully maybe that's still the case. I don't know if that'll be on the 6th or the following week, but the fans are in there. I know it's any time now, so I'll ask. I don't know if that'll be ready by the 6th or not. It might. So let me ask him. I will actually be with a couple guys from corporate here in 2 days, and I will see. But I know it's coming very soon where you'll be able to see them.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Hey, John, it's Derek.
Yes.
So the Wednesday event now, I've seen the email from corporate that said it's 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, so it's not at 8 o'clock anymore. I mean, at 6, 7 o'clock anymore.
Oh, good. Is it at 2 o'clock? Okay, good. I can catch an early flight to LA then. So, I was thinking I was gonna have to do a red eye or something. Yeah, I guess it's at 2. I didn't even see that announcement. And one other thing I actually wanted to cover really quick too. I forgot to cover on this training. Once the bank does roll out, we need to do the buddy system when it comes to closing a lot of local merchants. And those local merchants could be part of your 10 in the pen. So just to let you know, there's going to be so many opportunities there as well. And so, you know, I just tell people, don't be discouraged if you can't get it through individuals, then get it through companies. Because what we're going to be offering the companies and everything, it's a lot of a lot of them are going to want to say yes to what we offer them. Who's going to say no to free advertising, really, and other things we're going to give them? So where we're ahead, guys, is extremely exciting. Be excited, and that's some of the stuff you can share with your team and your prospects to say, look where this company's going. Another thing I like to share with people is I kind of show them where we were in May, and I show them where we are now, and they're like, wow, that's quite a lot already. I mean, it's moving a lot faster than people realize. When they compare this to other companies, we've moved much faster in relation to many other places. And when we're ready to launch in January, there's a lot more to come even after the events here in November. So, but any other questions at all?
Hey, John, this is John in the bunker. How are you, buddy?
Oh, hey, John.
Hey, just some clarification. The Zoom call that's going to be next week on Wednesday at 2:00 does not require a ticket. Anybody who bought a ticket for what would have been the scheduled event that evening, that ticket will transfer over for the 14th. And then a lot of stuff coming. To your point, you're spot on of what you're talking about. And the banking's just going to give a little peek behind the curtain on that day. And then Trent's going to have a lot of great things to demonstrate, I believe, maybe even just show some skills of what's coming that will help expand the understanding of fans and stuff. So anyway, hey, appreciate all you do, buddy. Thanks.
So really quick question back to you, John. Where are we in the right place at the right time?
That's an affirmative yes.
Okay, so everybody, that John in the bunker, John is the one who introduced me to this whole project. So he's a very, very good close friend of mine. So I love you, John. You know that. And so very exciting. And he knows more than I do, but he won't say anything yet. So
I don't know anything. Love you too, buddy. I'm out.
I don't know anything. He knows more than me, and I know quite a bit. Everybody, we are in the right place at the right time, absolutely. I just want to help everybody, again, become better closers, become better, just have more confidence when you share this with other people. And the more you learn about us and what we do and the support system and the products as they roll out, the more confidence you will have. You've got to use the products. You've got to use them because you've got to have that. There's nothing that can replace a personal testimonial. There's just nothing that can replace that. And I know if you're international and you're listening, they're coming. Don't worry, it's coming. In fact, these announcements, I'm really excited about them because I know some of the stuff that's coming over to you guys. And then you can use them and you can get those testimonials and everything because nothing can replace a personal testimony. Just nothing can. And because they can see your passion, they can feel that, and they can see how strongly you believe. So with that, everybody, I'm going to wrap this up because we're on the hour. So we will see you again next week's training, and Wednesday when they do the Zoom, I guess I'll be doing the opportunity call Wednesday night. Hopefully I won't be on an airplane. If I will, I'll let you guys know and I'll get somebody to cover that, but hopefully I'll be able to do that for you. And with that, everybody, good night. Love you all, and we will talk to you next time.